we are awaiting the identity of a body recovered from the North Shore Mountains yesterday afternoon, and there are fears it could be one of two missing hikers. Greg Harper is live on the North Shore with the latest this morning. Greg.
Good morning, Kyle. Here at the North Shore Rescue Base in North Vancouver, the body was airlifted out of the Haynes Valley area yesterday afternoon. Now, Haynes Valley, it's a hiking trail. It starts at Lynn Creek and it ends at the top of Grouse Mountain. It's a 16-kilometer hike, and during the winter and fall months, it can be extremely dangerous. Actually, inexperienced hikers have been warned to avoid the area, especially by themselves. And this is an area that rescue volunteers with North Shore Rescue have become very familiar with. There has been extensive searches for two men believed to have been hiking in Haynes Valley. On the right, British tourist Tom Billings. He went missing in November of 2013. He has never been found. And more recently, actually just last month, a large search was underway in the hopes of finding Liang Jin. He went missing on New Year's Eve. The body has yet to be identified. Kyle?
Greg Harper live this morning in North Vancouver. Thanks for that, Greg. Well, the case of a woman accused of booby-trapping bike trails in North Vancouver is expected to continue in provincial court today. 64-year-old Tina Krall has been charged with placing a trap, mischief, and endangering life. She was arrested in January after mountain bikers set up cameras along Lower Skull Trail on Mount Frome. This after rocks and logs began piling up along the trails since August. We told you about his release 1 week ago, but a man deemed a high-risk offender is back behind bars this morning. James Conway was arrested for breaking his release conditions yesterday morning. Transit police say the sex offender got onto a bus at Surrey Central, sitting beside a 14-year-old girl, despite other seats being available. That broke one of his release conditions. He also wasn't carrying a copy of those conditions, as the court ordered him to do. The 40-year-old had been living at a Surrey halfway house since his release from prison. 5 people are recovering in hospital after a severe crash in Burnaby. 2 cars collided near BCIT, one of them slamming into a telephone pole, the other into a bus shelter. It appears one was heading east on Canada Way, colliding with the other car as it turned to go in the same direction. 4 people inside the vehicles were taken to hospital, while the pedestrian, a woman in her 20s, suffered traumatic head injury. Both cars have new driver stickers on them, while speed is being investigated as a possible cause.
We're looking at that possibility, and from the debris field and the nature of the crash and the widespread area that it took place, that's a distinct possibility.
Meanwhile, this accident in Vancouver yesterday could have been much worse. A bus and a truck carrying telephone poles were both heading north on Oak Street when the truck turned onto West 16th Avenue. Its trailer slammed into the bus, smashing through its windows. A girl was reportedly taken to hospital with some minor cuts, but no one else appears to have been injured. The Vancouver Island Amateur Hockey Association was not joking around. It's made good on a threat to ban disruptive parents from games. 5 parents have been suspended from their children's midget rep games this weekend. The ban comes after they allegedly abused game officials and opposing players. The Hockey Association publicly warned the parents last month. Some of the abuse has led officials to quit.
Calling 14-year-old kids terrible, you're a horrible referee, get off the ice. We've had situations where they've actually followed the referees in the parking lot and cornered them in the parking lot and yelled at them, waited for them outside the referee dressing rooms, this sort of thing.
The Hockey Association is reportedly investigating other parents with more suspensions possible. The BC government continues to stay the course, favoring saving over spending. It's a policy that doesn't make for the splashiest of budget days.
Through their hard work and perseverance, British Columbians have scored a fiscal hat trick. For the 3rd year in a row, British Columbia will have a balanced budget.
In a budget speech riddled with sports analogies, the Liberals unveiled their fiscal plan. The biggest news is a concession to single parents. They get to keep both child support payments and social assistance. The decision comes after single mothers waged a long public campaign against the child support clawback.
Some of us have gone.
Why not spend more? Why not loosen up the purse strings and lavish money on this, that, or the other thing? Why plan for surpluses? Why be so careful? Because, Madam Speaker, it's the key to our success. It's the reason that today we stand probably alone amongst the provinces in Canada as being able to balance our budget.
It strikes me that the middle class was left behind today. The government clearly has an agenda, and that is to pander to those who support them and leave the rest of British Columbians to fend for themselves.
Meanwhile, BC healthcare premiums are going up 4% beginning next year. The budget also downplayed the Liberals' previously predicted economic boom from liquefied natural gas. Animal lovers may be happy, though. The budget earmarks $5 million in funding for the SPCA. Speaking of animals, a beagle from British Columbia is America's new top dog.
My choice for the best in show is the beagle.
Miss P from Canada.
That's right, Miss P from Enderby, BC, as a matter of fact, pulled off an upset, winning Best in Show last night at the 139th Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show at New York City's Madison Square Garden. Miss P beat out a Portuguese water dog, who's actually a cousin of the Obama family pet, who was the top winning male in show dog history. The prized pooch will make an appearance on a number of American TV shows this morning and also gets to meet Donald Trump.